And we are live, back for more of the show that just keeps on giving nothing but pain to no one who seems to be invincible. The one and only Invincible Season 3 finale. Let's get it. All right, guys, Brent here back for Geek Variants to cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. This time, Amazon Prime Video's one and only Invincible, and join me as always, the man with all the willpower. Will, how you doing?
Not bad, not bad. I'm surviving.
How excited are you to see what events unfold for our season 3 finale of Prime Video's Invincible, which has had maybe one slow episode all season?
I'm curious to see if Invincible's gonna survive.
I mean, he wouldn't be called invincible if he did not survive. But again, this show has thrown so many curveballs at all of us. So many characters we weren't expecting to see go have gone, including last week. RIP to Rexplode, the one and only, including several other members of the globe, as they are, yeah, the Legion of Marks or Army of Marks, however you want to call it. The Invincible Armada, Invincible Initiative, whatever it is, was just wrecking shop on all of planet Earth. Only Cecil really seemed to have a decent grasp of what was going on or how to address it. And for whatever reason, Earth was woefully unprepared. And to follow up those series of events, the one and only Conquest makes his grand appearance to say a little hello to one Mark as we got on going right here, right now. So it's absolutely a wild time. I haven't read the comics, I've seen the spoilers just to answer everything. So I know how this will play out, but I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. Let you everyone enjoy it naturally as the episode progresses. But I know things are going to get absolutely wild because I am looking forward to seeing just what happens when two Viltrumites who are very, very upset and just want to absolutely throw nothing but hands can do with each other in the middle of Earth as its battleground. Any thoughts pertaining to that, Will?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of wait and see. I've read the comics up until around this point. Tony has finished all of the comics a long time ago when they first released. We're actually going to do a video recap after the entire season is done, and he's going to speak on some things that are different in the anime versus in the actual comics. For instance, the Invincible War. Apparently, there's a whole lot more to it than what we've seen so far. So we'll have to take all that stuff into account. I think this is just kind of the preamble for the next two seasons. Like the next two seasons should really kick it into high gear as far as what's at stake and how the defense of Earth needs to happen
Because I was gonna
and
say
who
there
all's
only
going to
is two more seasons that they have mapped out currently. Because Robert Kirkman said 5 seasons was probably where they wanted to finish mapping everything out. So they may continue it just because the viewership is there, people are excited, or they'll do exactly what The Boys does. They said, "Hey, we're giving you 5 seasons." They said season 5 will be the finale. We will be streaming the episode, but will not be within any of the parameters pertaining to here. So just letting everyone know who is expecting to see what's going on there. There will be nothing in the sphere here, just so no one is getting teased or expecting something different than what is going to transpire. The episode has officially dropped on Prime Video. I'll find our sync mark as we get going. I'm very excited to see what we have going on. Welcome in matches. But yeah, that answers the question. BS Money. I'm skipping the recap because I want to get straight to the nitty gritty. Get this bad boy in full screen. As always, I have it in the chat. The asterisk is there because you pull it up on Prime Video. We have it on Prime Video off screen. We watch along together and talk about the series events as they happen. If we are able to talk, that is, because this series is quite enthralling. And I know even sometimes during shows like Daredevil, sometimes you're unable to talk when you want to because the show is just that gripping. And as always, if you enjoy the content, you know where that like button is, or follow button, or subscribe button. All are free, all greatly appreciated. Let me know when you've got it pulled up, Will, and then we'll go ahead and get our sync on with the folks back home. Because it's, yep, 58 seconds is where the action is about to kick right off. So let me know when you've got it up, Will, and we will get
Oh,
on going.
I'm ready to go.
All right, folks, 58 seconds is the sync mark. And 3, 2, 1. Let's see some Viltrumite warfare. Oh, that's a good punch. The civilians are casually flying like all things should when the Viltrumites are involved. They just want a straight scrap, and that is nice
Yeah,
to see from Mark. Let's get to business. Because Conquest is definitely one of the more unique Viltrumites in the fact he just loves to throw hands. This is what he lives for,
he loves to throw hands so much that he threw his own hand.
basically. Lost an eye, lost his forearm. Like, this man has been through it. I do love this voice actor, though, doing an impeccable job of bringing Conquest to life. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, baby. Such a great casting.
He enjoys this.
For some many hand jokes. Oh, yeah, because, I mean, he's literally talking about his fist drenched in blood. He's only got one hand. So, Conquest is about to do this thing. This feels like kind of like Mark being initiated more into the Viltrumite culture more than his dad did. Because Conquest is like, I'm not here to rule y'all. I'm not here to make anybody work for us. I'm just here for business, and business is my fist upside your head.
Pretty much.
His hands are rated E for everyone. How many times you survive that hand? That's a $1 million question. What is that hand made out of? How to survive a Viltrumite punch? And the episode is in fact out. Malware episode is out on Prime Video. Always support the official release. What am I supposed to do without this in my life after next week? Oof. Eesh. Well, after
Figure it
this week,
out.
I should say. It's something to look forward to every single Thursday/Wednesday. Well, at least you're going to save some people by being out in space. Makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, no problem, Malware. Happy to help. Happy to be of assistance. You just blew a blood bubble? Oh, you're making it a heart. You're a romantic. Kind of creepy, but you know. This guy is. He reminds me of Orin from Baldur's Gate 3.
Man,
He's got issues. I know there were a couple hero. Episode is in fact out. Skid episode is in fact out. Prime Video, it's on out. I'll leave that in chat so we don't have to go over that.
dang. Yeah.
He's gonna be feeling that for a while. I mean, that's got to be the worst feeling in the world, watching your kid continue to get pummeled into the earth repeatedly, like each and every season. Oh, she's letting him out. Oliver, that's a bold, bold strategy, my friend. Look at him. He's just being a rock all of a sudden. It was never like this. What do you mean? There's an entire city leveled because of your husband. That was just 2 seasons ago. We need to catch you back up to speed. There is violence afoot. And I'm pretty sure Mark was in a far worse condition after Omni-Man was done with him.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, hello? What's making the ground shake right now?
That sonic boom.
Oh, good night of day.
Yo,
I cannot imagine taking that to any portion of my body and still being a functional being.
Stop calling his name.
Yeah, you are blowing my secret identity. I'm sure Conquest might know it, but I don't think he really cares. He's just gonna punch anybody within the vicinity. Like, he's growing rapidly, Oliver is. I've got to give him huge credit for trying. But again, these two are going all out.
Yeah, he can't keep up.
And well, I mean, I'm not gonna say Mark's going all out, but I mean he's going through several buildings. He's right on the mark.
Yeah,
How did that tanker stop him, but the buildings didn't? What's that thing filled with? Nope. What? We're calling timeouts. That's what we're doing here.
apparently.
Conquest don't care about this. In chat, pulse episodes out. Prime Video support the official release. Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's not a. He's channeling his inner Walking Dead right now. He's having a good time with Negan. Let him take a stroll.
He said, "Don't give up. You can do this." If that isn't patronizing.
I mean, that guy's missing a leg now, so maybe, just maybe, realize that people are gonna be alright. The episode is up. We are watching it. Nothing will be in here because that's against YouTube and Twitch's rules and regulations. We've always followed the rules. Support the official release. Check out Prime Video to go ahead and watch
There
it.
you go.
Pull it up and watch with us. There you go, Oliver. Oh, that was quick.
Yep.
Just like swatting a fly. Because that was a rebound slap. That's crazy.
He slapped the crap out of him.
Slapped him off the ground. Caught him. But then Oliver still got the same attitude his dad had. So, gonna be interesting to see how things play out. Because you think with their dwindling numbers, they would be like a fan of what Omni Man was doing, repopulating worlds. Yeah, you really do, Mark. Oh, there goes another building. I feel like right now, Conquest and Battle Beast would be like best friends.
You know?
Just in another life. Yeah, Battle Beast is somewhere in space doing who knows what. There you go, Mark.
He's
Not
letting
holding
you.
back. Yeah.
He wants.
Yeah.
He's a
He's like,
sadist.
oh,
He wants
finally.
this. Yeah, he wants this.
That smile says, come on. Nope. Uh-oh. My hand stopped involuntarily. Oh no. Because I mean, nut shots are open, headbutts, foul play, you know, whatever works.
I know. Like I'm letting everything fly.
I mean, it's one of the strongest heroes. The other one was off in space. We saw last episode being a robot. So we need to fix that. Yeah, but we need them now. We need to push that button. If Cecil would sell his soul to the devil to save America, he don't give a absolute care about this. Push the button.
Come on, Eve. He needs you.
We need you, but don't wake up. It's not going to end well for you. I mean,
Eve, get up and go.
no, she's up. Oh no. I mean, Dad's not there. Time to go. Like, if you're gonna dip, now's the time.
Time to scrap. Come on.
I mean, you only had a broken leg, and you're treating it like you dying. Like, get over it. Well, Mark's having a really rough day. Um, you were out a week from a broken leg, girl. Pull it together. No, yeah, that's your boyfriend. He's somewhere in that dust cloud. We'll find him. Robot leg. Robo Eve.
That's what I'm talking about, Eve. That's
I
what I'm talking
mean,
about, Eve.
he's fitting, but this is a man you do not want to. Oh, that was your wrist. I need that, sir. Sir, that's my good wrist. Yep. Ow. That's another building. The taxpayers are just having a really rough time in this city. Like, how do you explain this? Oh, hello, random citizen number 5. Yeah, I mean, right now he could easily conquer Earth. Mark, this is the same beatdown your dad gave you. Like, get up and assert yourself. It's been 2 years. Show people what you can do. Okay, we're just gonna lie to him to trigger him. I see how
He
conquests are working.
thinks he. I think he thinks he actually left though, didn't he? Beforehand.
He left beforehand. He just assumed it went to plan, but
Yeah.
I think he's trying to push that button. I mean, do what you can, Oliver. But also, that should have affected Oliver a lot more than that. He should have heard that, his father was just. Oh, wow. We're going to put ageism on this? Yeah. He survived that long because he's good at what he does. Oh, what is with you in hearts, dude? You want to hold Mark's heart? You want to bite the kid's heart? Like, what do you got going on? Oh,
Dang.
you slapped me into a building, sir? Did someone get a license on this vehicle? Like, slap and run. Yeah, that'll. Oh, that was most of them.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of force throwing. Mark, you might want to get out of the building now. You're about to be an only child. Are you is he crying right now? That's fair, but yo, Mark. Oh, Mark. He even got that little side eye after the last second. Huh? He's a little
Hmm.
bit faster than normal. Oh, oh, oh,
Yeah.
right on the nose. Oh, that works. Oliver's out. Oh, if he fights from that, yeah, I was gonna say that's crazy. Real hero kid.
Yeah.
See,
Please
soldiers
get him out of there.
because you need to get out of here too, unless you got something that's gonna stop him. Oh boy, Eve is
I,
asking permission to go. I'm just going. Like, what are you gonna do? Nolan versus him would be great.
mm,
Yeah, Mark's out there alone because the Earth's kind of situation. Does it count as walking on water if I bounce off it?
Technically, you're skipping.
Oh, that's true. It's a skip to my loo, if you will. Sinclair, make this kid a reanimation staff. Basically, like we need to upgrade him
Mm.
like yesterday.
Yo. Ow!
Should not have gone on vacation there. Oh, oh no.
Not today. Yeah, it looks familiar, don't it, Mark?
He's gonna need therapy after this, like more than he already. Oh,
Yeah, therapy is an understatement. We're way past therapy.
like I still see their faces as I was shoved through theirs. What do you mean enough? Why would you wait till now? Like, what are you gonna Superman this? I was holding back, but why? Every second you held back, people were dying. I was gonna say your shields are fairly useless, so the fact you stay stationary after you keep making them. Oh,
Ooh, that bone came out.
yep, you need to pop that in real quick. Someone got a splint.
She got one. On.
She's currently using it. It's like you need to dissipate him on a molecular level because yeah, your skills ain't gonna cut it, Eve. I mean, at least we're not using terrible gender pronouns. Kitten is pretty tame as it gets for a world conqueror for fun. He is now the pink Power Ranger. I feel like a Sailor Moon moment. See? Oh, that's a nice one. Why haven't we been using that?
Mm.
Just asking before the leg. Could have done that. But again, this could be like a whole thing. You gotta get beaten up a lot before you're like, you know what? I'll take this seriously. Yep, shove that back in there, Mark. Figure it out. He is just there we go. You need to basically just choke out all the air in the bubble.
You
What?
don't need to breathe air, no way.
You gotta breathe
Like,
something.
they're in space, flying around all the time. Like,
I gotta crush his lungs at the very least. Like make it so subatomic it goes inside them and shatters them. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. We need ideas. We just keep throwing balls at him, and he's a ball buster. Let's put it that way. Oh, got your armor. Got the other leg. Yep, everyone wins with a headbutt. Right in front of Mark too. Oh, oh, jeez. Just got ripped a new one.
she's fine.
It's just a flesh wound. Right in all your internal organs. It's okay. Oh, they're flying out. That is crazy work right now.
She's fine.
I mean, she will be fine, but she's got like Cecil space now.
Cecil about to go to work. Freaking
Yeah.
Oliver
Like,
there.
okay. I'm still shocked Conquest is giving him this time, but maybe that's the sadist in him where he's like, I want them to suffer.
That's definitely that.
Because like I dismantled your brother, I took out your girlfriend, and I'm still warming up. He's barely even bleeding out his face. Looking like Jonah Hex. Oh my god.
That was a good one.
I'm gonna boy matches. Attaboy.
Oh, that was spot on. Spot on.
Oh, Mark has officially broken, so we need him to go from sad to angry. The level of grief we need to cycle through these stages a little bit faster.
Mm.
What is going on with you, Conquest? You and Orin would be a power couple. Just saying. Stop crying. Start swinging.
Mm.
You need to embrace that inner Omni Man. Hmm.
Shh. Means necessary.
That means he was sent by the king. That means things are in motion. I mean, say it like you mean it, at least. That was very feeble there, Mark. Wow. He's just going to stand there and let you hit me. Oh, nobody won with that. But ouch. Hmm. I'm missing my hand again. Oh, hello. Why aren't we doing this to begin with?
Because you needed that motivation. Headbutt. Apparently, you've never seen freaking Goku.
He's seen Goku. He did the teeth fight. It works every time.
No, Conquest hasn't seen Goku.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't make you stronger. You'd be surprised.
I mean, Super Saiyan 1 Vegeta did slap Beerus around for a little bit. Ended badly for him, but still happened.
There we go, Eve. That's what I was. That's what I was waiting on.
I'll fix it myself. I don't need Cecil. I got this. Okay, why do we stop punching? Like, let her do her thing and finish this. Because we were doing a thing until we stopped. Please don't whisper that in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want a grown man hovering over my ear saying I'm lonely.
I'm lonely. Be my friend.
I'm out. Um, I'm. What the heck is this all about?
Let him have his moment.
Like, someone want to, hit him in the nuts right now, or slap around his Viltrumites, if you will. Yes, he's just taking you out slowly for fun. He just needed a vent, I guess. Whatever. Weird kink, bro, but whatever. Oh, okay. Is this like a Phoenix Force moment? Like, what are we doing? Oh, oh, that hurt. Oh, okay. Oh, she fried all of his flesh off on like 3/4 of the body, and he's still standing up. You're gonna need to do a little bit more than that. Start using them
Stab
legs.
him with the bone in the other hand.
That'd be crazy. Oh, oh, now both wrists are broken.
Been there. It's not fun.
What are you doing in your free time? Crazy.
Marine Corps has some crazy
Yep.
times.
Headbutt. Here we go. That is a savage beatdown if I've ever seen one. My goodness. Mark, I think he might be dead. Like you stop now.
Nah, don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Mm.
Just let my head drop. Oh, he's split in half. I
Now
think
keep going.
Conquest is sleeping forever. Hmm. I say this relationship is complicated.
A little bit.
Why do I feel like there's something worse coming? How much time we got left?
There's
Oh, we got a
always
lot of
something
time.
worse coming.
Yeah, they're gonna be wild.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you're a little naked, but in a tasteful way. It's like drop me like one of your French superhero kind of. Oh, now everyone's gonna see you naked. Okay, that robot is one of the most powerful creatures or people in this entire universe, standing by Cecil. Why he wasn't sent, I don't know. That was a mistake. 'Cause if you remember, that soloed one of the marks up in space. I mean,
She can reformat matter. Like
Cecil removed him, huh? So what you're saying is a bad breakup and I die. I was gonna say Conquest did a number, but I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more shenanigans. There's too much time left in the episode.
See, so you're not finna work on him.
Yep, typical Cecil. Sell his soul
Yep.
to the devil to save the people. A man I respect. I don't like the methods, but man, principles. Yeah, a little personal. Hey, everybody. We're just cuddling while I'm dealing with my PTSD that I'm gonna have from this. Where's Oliver? This isn't about you. Like, you couldn't have known that, Nolan was a psychopath with a long history of violence
You
and
know,
world conquering.
like this is we running the gauntlet here.
There's nothing else this lady could have done. This was her only option. She could not have defied Nolan if she wanted to.
Pretty much.
I'm good. Oliver's fine. What are we gonna do with his body? Oh, he's still mad. Oh yeah, Deku's mom said the same thing in My Hero, but again, we don't know who Deku's dad is officially, so that's still kind of a huge up in the air. She tried doing everything right for her kid, but like he was chosen by All Might, so nothing else could have been done. He had that whole hero spotlight going on. Oh, there's the grave you were looking for. Rex gone.
Hmm. Yep.
A true hero. Are people gonna go like stand near his body? Hmm, but I get it. Grief works in stages. Oh, Rex 2.0 robot. You need to start cussing a lot more, new Rex. Like a lot more. Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, hey, it works. He said something. Oh, yeah. Relationship is complicated.
Yeah, I mean,
Marco, comfort your girl. There you go. I think Rex would have preferred it this way. It would have been easier on him. Thanks to both of you.
Yeah. Rex had one of the best character arcs.
It's a very satisfying conclusion. Don't get to say that very often in most superhero stuff. Sometimes you feel like some of the stories get cut a little short. Played out well. Will be missed though.
I'd hug you back, but I have no arms.
I mean, he's hugging her back, doing the best he can. I'm sure. Cecil's got some great stuff planned out. Really, we're still sneaking back in. We need to get our own place. Especially if we're going to be doing this. Mark's like, I got no hands for any of this. So that's quick. And now here comes the bad news.
Mm.
Okay. Curious.
I
Wonder
think
what
some of
that
her
was all about.
blocks were removed.
Hmm. Is that the brain thing? Slowly making its army. Oh God. It continues on.
It's always something.
Is that Battle Beast? Is that my guy? It looks like you. What are you doing over there? He won. So who's gonna come save my favorite Tiger Warrior? I don't think they realize what they just picked up. Battle Beast just won't stop. Angstrom is back as well. See, oh boy,
Yep.
that's gonna be fun. What are we opening up, Cecil? Regains consciousness. Cecil, what game are we playing?
A dangerous one.
Yeah, sorry, Oliver, but we're processing right now.
Well, I would knock your teeth out.
Mark is going to start embracing his violent side. There we go. Let's see if this pays off for him. Let's go. Mark is ready. And there's going to be a post-credit scene. There ain't no way. There's post-credit scene. Hang around, folks. Oh, why does this look like Satanism? Ah, because it is. I'll do it. But an alien version of it? Who are we summoning? It looks like a dinosaur. That can. Okay. Hmm. Oh, cool. An Infernal Throne. Love it. Who are they talking about?
I have no idea.
That was absolutely wild. I'll throw on the recaps and we'll give everyone time to figure out whether they finished the episode or not because we're both doing the same bows where we're both very,
Is
very
that
perplexed.
is that thinking? That's trying to figure out what's happening, what's about to go down.
I mean, Rex officially RIP. Conquest dead, but not because
Now, he
Cecil
said
is
regains consciousness, so I don't even know if he actually died during any of that.
Cecil probably tried to resurrect him outside of Mark's purview, or just had him so incapacitated he couldn't wake up.
Like, I think he was just literally incapacitated. Like,
And then on top of that, we now have the Brain Army creating itself directly under Earth. Angstrom back in the picture. And then we have Dark Blood summoning his master to take control of someone stronger than they've ever believed to have seen before on their planet.
oh, we
Crazy
still got
thinking.
a group of Invincibles still out there.
Viltrumites. All the other Invincibles are still in their other dimension, which I'm sure will play out in upcoming seasons. Because I'm sure Mark will have another go round with himself, but with way he's now thinking about things and contemplating, I think he's going to be a little bit more assertive in his abilities to end things quicker.
No, I don't think so. I think he's still conflicted. I still think. I mean, he says what he's saying now, and he wants to do better, and he's seen it really come to a head in this past season with having to deal with everybody he's faced. All right, he's faced several different villains. So yes, it comes down to he wants to protect his family, but does he have the wherewithal when it gets down to it to be able to finish? Like he worked Conquest over, so that, and granted he worked Conquest over, he did that in a moment of rage. Like, he thought he was gone, he was losing it, he was working through it. Cool, all props to him. But when it comes down, like, can he be preemptive when it comes to it? Like, can he get it done before it gets to that point?
I mean,
That's my real question.
he wasn't going to beat Conquest without Eve. He
Yeah,
got this fight with a huge asterisk. But again, when you save Earth, no one asks how you got the job done. It's not like, hey, how many times did Goku get the job done? It's like, was Earth saved or was Earth not saved? The Earth in this matter was saved, but again, shattered arms, shattered wrists, knee all dismembered, and you were surviving by using your forehead to impale
use
at
his head.
death with a headbutt. So it's like I, I've been wanting you to use your head for a while. I didn't mean like this. I meant like use your head to be smart enough to make the finishing move. Because if Eve had not shown up, this show would be over. Like there is no Invincible to continue onward unless you go to another universe and boop boop, which would make everything really disingenuous. So it would obviously be a horrible writing point to go ahead and do. So it's hard to say how much of this is a victory for Mark versus how much of this is him just having a mental realization, but not the physical ability to pull through. Because again, Conquest said, I was here on orders. Conquest is not someone who's going to follow anybody who is weaker than him or he doesn't believe in what they're saying. And I believe both those things have to be true. So whoever's calling the shots,
Whoever's leading the Viltrumites.
Kong is going to be a bigger problem than what Mark is prepared to deal with currently. And he's going to need to go through a whole, even higher, more painful arc next season to even be ready to get to season 5. Because I believe, and someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, that Invincible is supposed to be slated out for 5 total seasons. But they
He
said it's subject to change if they want to address it.
he
It
needs
could be a
Omni
flowing
Man
thing.
back. I think he needs Omni Man back, and he needs to actually teach him some stuff. Like him and Alan need to come back, teach him stuff. Yep, hyperbolic time chamber, something effects with that. Give us a montage, something. But he needs to really understand like what he can really do
Like
and
he
put
needs to
it
fight
to work.
Nolan or needs to fight Allen. Like he's got to do something. Like absolutely crazy. I believe it's been renewed for season 4 and 5. I know they're already working on season 4. Like season 4 is already in production. They're already working on it because they heard the fans who were out here whining and moaning and complaining, and for all those complaining about CGI this, CGI that, they announced like 2 seasons ago that they were going with a smaller budget so they could kind of streamline things as far as the episodes. It's either we're getting the episodes or you're going to wait longer. I didn't personally have any issues with this, but you know, I think everything played out fantastic. But I'm sure, hey, maybe even Tony can point out some major corrections in his analysis video for everything going on with Marks. Just all the different changes and things that have been adapted differently, which currently I have no issues with the adaptation. But again, I haven't read the official source material. I've just seen bits and pieces of stuff. I know how the story ultimately culminates, but that's a whole nother kit
Uh,
and caboodle right there.
I think we're good to go for 4 to 5 seasons. I think we're good to go there. But yes, Kirkman did talk about, and I think it was San Diego Comic Con, that he wants to go for a 7 to 8ish.
Hmm. So he believes he's got a lot of content to provide out there. But again, I don't want this to be like Game of Thrones where things drag out. I know the source material is all there, so I don't have to worry about that part. But I don't want it to be dragged out to the point where it's bad writing on the show's part. I just want
Well,
them to do it make sense. But Kirkman's been along for the entire way with Prime Video, and it's worked beautifully for 3 seasons.
it just needs to be elongated, like Invincible War. And me and Tony will talk about this, and we'll talk more about it, later on. It definitely could have gone a couple more episodes. Like with how much they had there in the story and the writing, so that they could have gone a couple more episodes, but they streamlined it because they're trying to get everything in. And I'm curious as far as what I know of the story, like how far they're gonna go with basically the main part of it, and then what they're gonna do for the rest of it. Because we still got obviously big bads we got to deal with. We're looking at Angstrom, Brain Army, Dark Blood, who Dark Blood is conjuring to work for the the devilish, being there, and then we still got the Viltrumites on the horizon,
Because we
and
still haven't seen Anissa even return yet.
Anissa is going to be.
A problem.
I don't think Anissa is going to be.
She's not one of the big bads, but she's going to have another pivotal part to play in this story for as
I,
far as our development of our
I think.
characters.
I think if she returns, it'll be towards the end of season 4, 5, maybe. It just depends on what pace they're running at season. Honestly, ideally, will probably be season 5 to have her return. If they're going, 7 to 8 seasons, season 5, like towards the end of season 5, would probably make more sense to me, just from what I know. But I can't say for certain. With the other 8 variants being alive, how's Kirkman adapting, and how Kirkman is adapting a lot of the story. We could see some new stuff with these variants instead of what we see in the comics. Exactly, and this is what people got to understand. And this is one of the biggest things. I think I can speculate all day about what I know in the comics about how far things will go. But when you give us something that's an adaptation, again, it's not going to be a play by play of what happened in the comics. You got to let whatever the writers are doing for that kind of take shape. They want to, there's still certain key points that they need to hit. So if they want to get around these key points and still get to them and so like that, that's fine. You want to take a different rate because, like, Ray was originally, a male character, right? They made it a female. Does it hurt the story? No, no. It actually elevated, a little bit more for Rex's story and what he was dealing with as far as what we know with the animation. All right, it's great. She wasn't supposed to be here, I guess, this long. So cool, she's here. What other things are they going to have for her? What kind of story tie-ins are they going to do with her? What is her whole purpose going to be?
Adaptation
This is where it
versus
comes in.
the source material is the biggest argument online that tires me out to no end. And I have much stronger language I'd like to say, but on live streams, obviously, we're going to bring it back, keep it dialed in. It drives me wild that people always want to hold everything that has to be the source material this, source material that, source material this. If the writer and author of that source material says, hey, go ahead and adapt it this way, we as fans have every obligation to sit down and shush. Robert Kirkman has been vocal about everything. He's been along for the ride with everything. He's greenlit everything. If the writer of the actual source material is okay with it, I don't think we have any ability to sit here and whine and moan and cringe or just be like, oh, we should have gotten this. It should have played out this way. In the book, it should have been this. Well, actually, no, 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 no. Shush.
I
Enjoy
mean,
what we have. And there's a reason it's called adaptation. It's not the source material. It is different. It's intended to be. If it said, hey, the live action of the source material, that's an entirely different story, in which case I have to be, tied down to this source material and assume it is the only thing out there.
well, here's what we also have to understand is one, if you're gonna, you're gonna adapt it, by all means, make it make sense. Don't adapt it just for the sake of adapting it and getting a payday or whatever the case may be. Like, make it make sense. Because here's the thing: you bring new people into the franchise when you
Mm-hmm.
do a correct adaptation. You bring people in that weren't previously fans before, that didn't know about it before, and they're able to come in and be like, "Yo, this is something brand new that you've never seen before. We will introduce you to it," and now it gets people to go back and actually maybe read the comics and check some more stuff out, see what really happened, see what else is going on. Now the other side of it
We do talk in
is,
chat, Caboose.
you know,
Don't mean to cut you off, Will.
oh
Go
yeah,
ahead.
when it comes to the adaptation, so that again, people have to give it, go with a grain of salt. Again, let it happen because again, these writers are doing their due diligence in most cases, are doing their due diligence when they actually read the source material and then they bring it in. So, granted, like in Avengers Infinity, seeing Cyclops and you get his head put in a glass box, so with that, I would have absolutely, loved to see as far as it being in the comics and seeing how all this stuff transpired, but they had to do it a different way based on what they had. Yeah, how many characters they would have had to have built up to get to that story, so
Oof.
that it would have been long down the line, so that, but they needed to adapt it within these, constraints and so like that, so they could get a hold of X-Men and Spider-Man. Like they didn't have these properties, so they adapted with what they had and made it work. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Adapting correctly versus adapting incorrectly is another huge thing. I will absolutely agree that adaptations do exist that are poor. They do a disservice to the actual source material. They make things play out in a bad form and fashion. What that tends to be pertaining to the fans can be rather either logic based, or it could be something that the internet could, view as, callous or whatever. I just like a good adaptation that makes sense. And right now, from what I'm seeing, even though I'm not a huge source material on this particular universe, I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm gonna let these writers cook until the wheels fall off. I'm absolutely okay with what we have here. Will, do you want to go ahead and answer Caboose
yeah.
in chat?
Uh, so hey, definitely glad to have you here. For the chat again, we do these kind of things as often as we can to just come on here and talk about stuff. We enjoy talking about it, and there's a lot of people that have different, curated things. We're kind of live off the cuff, like, hey, I'm watching it now. Right after it's done, I'm hyped about it. I want to talk about it. I want to get stuff out. So that's generally what we try to do and just have fun with it. So yes, we definitely talk to you guys. We read all the comments and try to answer stuff kind of as we go. We're gonna have our little rants at moments, but we try to answer everything as
I
we
think
go down.
Caboose is on to something.
All right, what do you guys think about the end? Are they gonna turn Conquest into the devil? Now,
That's cooking.
this
That's
is this.
something.
So this is where we're going to this. Like, they mentioned the character. Which character they're talking about could be anybody, of course.
They said
Conquest is the
someone with a dark heart, the darkest we've ever seen, with
yeah.
powers.
So Conquest is the first one that comes to mind, of course, because of how he is and what he can do. Like again, he has been absolutely, you know, just relentless with doing all the damage, all the destruction, all that kind of stuff. But he's focused and he's order based and stuff like that. It's like when I sit here and look at it, and I like to read a little bit more into it. So like that is like you got Mark, trying to take a turn, so that he may take a turn and be more violent, be more evil, all that kind of stuff may be possible. Cecil, who has been, on one from the jump and whatever he's been, he does whatever it takes to get done, whatever. He's the type of person who would make a deal with the devil to get whatever he's after. So you got to keep all these things in mind when looking at these characters and stuff. Yeah, we have the obvious answer of who it could be and so like that, but I don't discount anyone else as far as this could be the person that they're messing with, or this could be the person that they're messing with. It's kind of up in the air. We'll wait and see. So it's kind of like everybody's rated off percentages. So it's like you can put Conquest up there with a high 60% chance, like it's him, and then divvy up the rest between everyone else that's on Earth.
And that's the best thing about adaptation because the source material has been adapted differently. We can't say definitively who it's going to be. And like everyone in chat saying is like a lot of people were saying it's Thrag. Look, if it's Thrag, it's just GG's, it's game. Say goodbye to everybody. Say goodbye to everyone you love. Hug them, kiss them, say goodbye. That's it. It's wrap. It can't be Thrag, at least in my mind. But again, because it's an adaptation, there's so many possibilities. I love to discuss these possibilities. And I think Dark Blood and everything was going on. I think honestly, Caboose may have nailed it on the head. It might be they're trying to be like, hey, if they're using magic, even though Cecil's like, I got it, if it even twitches, something's gonna go crazy. If you use magic, you can just go, he's out of there, and that breaks out this whole titanium layer of we've got them locked in here, we've got this locked in there, and like there was a lot of implication of like where the person was pertaining to at least that layer or that realm where dark blood was at. I didn't see specifically if it was earth or if it was just a whole nother realm, whatever the case may be, because that's the one fun thing about variants. They're everywhere. That's why we're the geek variants. There are geeks everywhere, and there's different variants of every different kind of geek. We love having discussions, we love having dialogues, and we don't like definitively, locking ourselves into one niche saying this is who we are. We just are geeks who like to watch fun shows, have good conversations, and talk about things we love. And right now, Invincible is that show because it's been cooking. This is slowly putting itself into one of the best animated series ever. Conversation. It could be a top fiver after the end of this season already, and it's only 3 seasons in. So that's crazy.
Yep. Crag in the comics look like he's wearing Dark Blood's leader's robe. Does look similar. Don't know if it's the same or not.
It is
So,
very, very similar.
uh,
And of
uh,
course, we remember you, Farstar. Of course, I remember you from The Boys. Man, those were some fun live streams. I can't wait till The Boys returns. We can get back on that. So we got a lot of different stuff to cover there.
we
That
should have
well,
Gen V next, right? Gen
I
V,
believe we
then
should
the
have
boys
Gen V.
again.
They said season two is a wrap and that we should get it by the end of this year, but I haven't seen anything. So Prime Video might push it back a year, which, hey, I'm okay with. They had an unfortunate passing of an actor that was integral to the show. Take as much time as you need. You're going to deliver a quality product. At this point, this universe has continued to deliver in spades. I know people are divided on certain aspects of it, but take your time with Gen V. I loved it. I could not get enough of what was going on there, especially with Jensen Ackles and everyone else from Supernatural doing their little advertisement for the boys' final season. That was crazy. When you sent that to me, I was absolutely hyped up as all get out. There was so much stuff to break down everything. Gen V is worth the watch in my mind, first. I don't mean to jump the other comments, but Gen V for me, worth the watch. If you like the boys, you'll like Gen V. I think it's that simple.
All
But
right.
you know,
All right, Colby, if you missed it, the post-credit scene is mainly Dark Blood is like an investigator type and trying to figure out he's working for that, demonic character, and he's trying to figure out a way to restore him to his throne by using an evil person that has not been seen on Earth for a long time. So they're basically going to try to summon someone here to possibly get that person, corrupt that person, and utilize whoever they summon plus whoever has the evil in their heart to restore that impish character to whatever throne they're trying to restore them to. So that's where we are with that. No other information outside of spoilers for the comics and stuff, and I don't want to give you spoilers. So yeah, so that's that. Um, see, I wouldn't say all that now. I'm not sure what that's referring to. You have to refresh me. I think they're trying to make sure that Conquest second time around has something that really puts it clear above his first time because this is going to be hard to top with a straight up rematch. Yes, it's definitely going to be hard to top with a straight up rematch. So what I think is, so this is just my speculation with Conquest with what we see now. Um, I read most, like I haven't read all of it, so that I couldn't get my hands. Like I have compendiums 1 and 2. I don't have the third one. It took me a minute to try and get my hands on the third one, and I just haven't gone back to look for because it's out of
they're
stock
still
when I was
rather
looking for it.
pricey. So like
They are
I'm
so
with you
rather
there.
pricey. So, but I have 1 and 2. Um, Tony, who I'm going to talk to later this week, he has read all of it, and we are going to have a detailed conversation about it later on, probably on Friday. We were gonna do a video, so that depending on what's going on, we may do it as a live stream and just rant. It just depends on how much time we have to do everything. But Friday, more likely in the evening time stuff, I'll probably be free and clear, and I'll probably just talk for an hour or so. Um, but yeah, I think they're gonna set up Conquest to have something more. Again, he's going to have more parts, I think, added, of course, to his body, which is going to help boost him up. I wouldn't be surprised if Cecil makes him like the those creatures he's creating. So if he more or less puts them together like that, that's going to make him so much more powerful because Mark was having a hard time with some of those, especially when they overwhelmed him. I think that, of course, the Viltrumites coming in as backup at any point in time is always a thing. So that's something else we got to watch out for. And I do know that Conquest specifically, again, he's sitting on order straight there to come handle this. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's keeping tabs on him if he doesn't return after X amount of time. They send, the cavalry.
Yeah, and then for the rematch, if Conquest is going to be brought back up to snuff plus magical imbuement, because I'm assuming this deity has excess powers on their own, that Mark is definitely going to need to train. He's going to need to get busy in that gym. He's going to need to start lifting. He's going to start having his protein. He's going to need to hire a trainer. He's going to need to do whatever bulk up, people do for the Marvel movies. Like he's going to need to get big and he's going to need to be in a whole different mindset for the next show round here because with Angstrom, the brains, Dark Blood, he's going to be busy and have his hands full. At least his relationship with Eve seems to be blossoming rather beautifully for them, albeit, it's the worst circumstances. And yeah, I do hear you, Spider. It might be early for the top 5 animated shows all time. I want to make sure I circle back to that. Yeah, it could be a bit early, but I could just be really in the moment. Maybe give me some time. Maybe we'll do another top 5 because we have a top 5 animated shows of all time list on there. And so on our channel already, we may just circle back to another one given some time just to kind of think, reevaluate, cover that kind of stuff. We're always trying to come do exciting content for you guys, hence why Tony's, as well read as he is, and he's going to cover some amazing stuff, I'm sure, on Friday, as he always does whenever we just like, here's a book, have fun reading. And then his lore and knowledge and the way he perceives it is very, very hard to top. Plus,
Yeah.
just the sarcasm and all that. So it's definitely going to be super interesting. And this wasn't a holiday for all of us, Caboose. This was a fantastic episodes. Oh, top 5 animes. That is so subjective. That's a tough one.
Right.
Definitely throwing things off. Will
Think on
hates
that
doing lists,
first.
by the way. He won't.
um,
He will not
I
answer
can't
that
stand doing
definitively.
this.
He's
Whether
heck with us.
this the end credit scene being in the comics is with that. Uh, issue number, I think part 8 in the first volume. Um, Dark Blood is in there. I can't remember if it's that exact scene, but the character is there, makes that appearance. So I can't say that much. As far as top 5 anime, I couldn't do it. I can't do it just because there are so many good animes and so much stuff that I'm watching, and even there's stuff that I'm watching now because I'm old school. I grew up off the original stuff with watching Dragon Ball Z and stuff, which was like one of the top things for us when we were younger. But with how much stuff is coming out now and how good some of this stuff is like I want to give certain shows I'm watching now a couple more seasons just to kind of see, where they're going with it or what they're going to do. Because again, like you could have a top anime and it'd be only, one season. It was just that good versus something that has gone, a long time, like One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, which has had, several different, iterations or whatever, and, can still be in the top or just be one of the OGs. Like that's fine. Like I would really have to sit down and just break all of this down and really try to narrow it. And I don't know if I'd be able to.
My list is difficult already. I'm already struggling. So you know what? As much garbage as I throw your way about you being unable to throw lists, because Will refuses to rank things in order. He's like, just here's my list, and you do with it what you will. It's like we specifically asked you to rank them, but he never does. He doesn't have the will power to do it. Pardon my pun, but and we cover solo leveling in its entirety on the channel. We have breakdowns on a lot of the stuff coming out here. We're definitely messing with it. I was gonna say your wallpaper kind of looks like Sung Jin Woo when he's finally attained his perfect form, which is still up for debate when that may potentially happen because we just started the Jeju Island War arc. Will missed last week. I don't know if you've seen last week's
I
episode.
have caught up and seen it. Yes.
Fantastic. So people be missing heads already, and that was an S rank. So things are about to get absolutely crazy. But thanks Caboose for the heads up that wasn't in the comics, so it can't be spoiled. And I definitely mess with solo leveling. I'm not going to definitely say it's top 5. It's still way too soon, but it's cooking right now. So I'm interested to see that. And I know the author is writing more material from, I believe it's the before times. So I'm kind of curious how everything is going to play off with that. I don't remember if it's the before or the after. I just know that the manhwa author for this solo leveling is creating more content. So we're gonna be eating pretty good as anime fans because I know anime wise content. We still have Dan to Dan coming up. We still have Kaiju number 8 coming back. We still have other stuff coming out. So it's just an absolute going to be a slugfest because it was Dan to Dan. Oh, Sakamoto Day is coming back, and then I
Yep.
know next month we will have the return of Windbreaker, which is one of my new shows that I'm absolutely digging. I know Will's slowly working his way through it.
I
Hope he
am
enjoys
working
it.
on it. It will be finished this week, hopefully. That's the
Yeah,
plan. Trying to
yeah.
power through it.
That's not a great way of phrasing it if I know you, but we'll see how that goes. And then yeah, sometimes the Prime subscription gets canceled at the wrong time. I This was definitely not the episode you wanted to miss, Cyberfire. This is definitely not the episode you wanted to miss. It lived up to the hype. The first 30 minutes were straight up action packed, fists of flying, blood spraying, heroes are made, and new corpses were displayed. So it was a tough time out there. It was a tough time for our heroes and for all those involved. But seeing the return of Battle Beast, I'm very excited. I'm just curious to see where he ends up. I know where he ends up in the comics, so you guys don't have to go ahead and warn me on stuff. I know where our favorite kitty does end up, but we have a lot more story to go here, and this show has been giving in spades. Honestly, this was how would you hold season 3 in comparison to the first 2 seasons?
Um, I think season one had the best opening, best fight. Everything with Omni Man was like really top tier. Like he really solidified like what the show was about, and having
Pictures of
him,
Spider-Man.
do all the things that he was doing. So, I mean, season one still has to be my favorite of all sort of that. But I think season season three, I think I won't necessarily it slow rolled a little bit, but it was more like a ramp. So it started high and it literally just kind of slingshot right into a
Mhm.
whole bunch of stuff. And I thought that was really good the way they did that because we didn't have to have the slow build up. We didn't have to have the wondering and stuff like kind of we had in season one. It was literally like we're here and we're here, and it's like oh crap, stuff's going down, people are dying. And again, just to get that reminiscent of how Conquest just acted, in this episode, yeah, definitely shades of season one have that influence. So
Yeah, season 1 S tier, season 2 A tier, season 3 SS tier. I mean,
fair
honestly,
enough, fair
I
enough.
think season 1 I have to agree with season 1 had the biggest shock because the minute I saw Omni-Man take out the heroes, I was like, "What? Wait, what? Pardon me. What kind of show am I watching here?"
And
I
you
thought
had no
this was
idea
fun and
why. It
safe
was just
and
happening. It was just like, wait, what? Like it was just happening. So
because
yeah,
I had no source material knowledge going into that episode, so my mind was just I was absolutely just blown away by what we were able to see there. And season 2 just it had great moments, but it just didn't hit the same marks that season 1 did. That pun accidentally intended. And then season 3, like this the battle with Conquest is something you could just put like a feather in the cap of the animators. Hats off to them and the whole Prime Video team and all the voice actors who brought the season to life, including a surprise entrance of Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
it was a
Man, every
Walking
time he
Dead
shows up on
rematch.
Prime Video, he's just doing great.
He is doing great. So at that, honestly, I would give it to season three if they stretched out the Invincible War. If they did more with it, like how it was on if they did more with it, I probably would have gave the nod to season three. That's the only reason I think that it doesn't really take over for me for one.
So what you're saying is Tony was whispering sweet somethings in your ear, and now you have been swayed that you feel you've been
No,
robbed and
I
taken.
know what happened within this or that, but I didn't expect it to be like it was. That
Go ahead, get some rest, Star. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy to have you back in the saddle.
yep.
And then Caboose says season 3 takes the cake, pretty much because of the final 2 episodes. And then between Invincible War and this, we're eating good. And like, especially if you're not a book fan, if you only have these 2 episodes, you're happy as punch. There is very little that you could say to them, to the non-red fans. They're just ecstatic right now. The book fans, they're probably gonna either gonna be in Will's camp or my camp, where it's like, I'm happy with what we got thus far. I'm sure they'll have some spin around where the other marks come back, or he's shoved back in the universe because of Angstrom and everything going on next season, or they're just gonna kind of sidestep it in a way and have it play out somewhere else. There's a lot of time left on the clock here, folks. We're not even in the fourth quarter yet. We're still probably just hitting halftime. So we have a lot more stuff to rock and roll with. And I've had it's been a pleasure hanging out with y'all tonight, having a really, really lively chat pertaining to the show itself.
Yeah, I definitely say just keep an eye out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You got the notifications on. Let us know. I'll say it again. Sometimes we can either Thursday or Friday. Like I said, we are going to be talking about this more in depth. Definitely me and Tony. Brent's available. I'm sure he'll jump in with that, and we are just going to talk about everything that's going on with Invincible. Most likely fielding all questions. Spoilers can be like it's possible. We'll try to give as many warnings as we can before we give spoiler information, if any. But we're going to try and keep it to just the first 3 seasons, if anything, and what we think is going to happen. It's mainly what I think is going to happen going into next season. Whereas Tony more likely just kind of goad me and just see what I think, but he won't.
He's
He
pretty
won't.
good at that.
He won't spoil it. So
No, he's pretty dang good about that. Definitely with everything going on. As always, we kind of tend to do a lot more live streams, and we'll probably ramping up more live streams because now we have a join button for members only sections where some early videos are being released, like Supermarket Simulator. The minute I finish recording that, editing that, and putting that up there, it's already in the members section, so you guys can take a look at that. It still comes out Monday, Wednesday, Friday for regular viewers. So hey, if you just want to be patient, by all means, it'll be there. And we'll have other stuff like a early heads up for stuff we'll have pertaining to the month as things get going. We just literally launched it, so there'll be more content in that section as we get up and going, kind of get our footing, so to speak, because it's completely brand new to us. So we're still kind of, figuring out how things go, and we like to be game planned ahead of time. But we didn't really anticipate that within 3 years of being a channel, thanks to you, the viewer support, and you guys avidly watching our videos, that we'd be even at this point. I thought by year 5 maybe, but year 3, thank you, from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you. We just like having fun geek chats, and we didn't think it would turn into what it did. So appreciate y'all. Will, any other thoughts you want to get to? Any other discussions you want to have with the folks while we are here hanging out with them?
I got nothing else. Purge again. It's just kind of waiting to see what happens. We still got Alan and Omni Man out there in the wind, so that Anissa is gone. We know there's about less than 50 Viltrumites that are still out there waiting to do whatever it is that they need to do to conquer these remaining planets that they're trying to take over. Like there's so many things. There's so many moving parts right now. And I feel like whenever they get down to the last season, like so much stuff is going to come to a head, and it's literally going to just be nonstop, whatever that last season is. So it's a wait and see right now. But again, I'm gonna do more of my speculations on this video later and talk about stuff, and then just start getting ramped up because we got a busy April with a lot of anime that's coming out. So
we are going to be busy, so be sure to hit that lovely subscribe button. It's absolutely free. The join button, if you want to go above and beyond, by all means, go ahead and feel free. And if you're on Twitch, that follow button is also free. Trying to work on getting to at least 50 Twitch members and try and be a little bit more active on there in the coming future. It's a work on progress. The joy of social media content creation is trying to balance the workload where everything's going to be. But thanks to you, the viewers, we've had a great ride doing it. I've been Brent with the man, the myth, the Marvel, Will. It's been a pleasure hanging out with y'all for Invincible, and we'll see you in the next episode.